when you're successful, like really successful, say in your field, become a famous actor, you get that money, what you discover is there's a failure within that success. You get to the mountaintop and you're like, is that it? And that's not even anecdotally, we can talk about that, but like yourself, and when like this constantly happens, you watch people who, if they think that getting their goal is going to work, it is existentially devastating. But however, the next step is the success and failure. So the failure and success is when you go for what you want and you realize it doesn't work. But then if you go into that failure, the idea is that opens up to a mode of success. So in some respects, I think we all have to go through this. This is why Nietzsche said we all have to go through the death of God.
Right.
Because he says we kind of all have to experience, whether it's a broken relationship, the death of someone we love, a failure in work or ill health, whatever it is, an event that kind of makes everything turn to vapor and dust, is kind of like a moment where we can really enter into a new mode of being, something even better. But we have to kind of go into it. And so sometimes it's actually the people who strive the most are the ones who then fall into nihilism and then go through nihilism and then find this new way of being on the other side of that.
Yeah, and there seems to be so many examples of this in all the ancient wisdom traditions, whether it's Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism. Can we talk about some of the connections there?
Yeah, and this is called Dialectics and Philosophy, and you discover it, which is if I give you two options, generally we try to choose the best option. So if you've got a light and dark, you choose light. A narrow path, a wide path, you choose the wide path, whatever.
Now, when you say we try to choose the better option,
yes,
it's perspectival, but it's not always the best option according to us. It could be what our culture has dictated for us, our programming.
Absolutely, our programming. But even at a very base level, if I give you the option of happiness or sadness, we're naturally going to go for happiness, right? That's a very natural thing. Oh, I've got happiness and sadness in front of me. But in dialectics, the idea is actually you've got to choose the worst. So if you go to a proper psychoanalyst and you say to them, "Oh, I'm feeling depressed. I want to get rid of that depression. I want to get rid of the darkness." The analyst actually brings you right into the heart of it. They go like, actually, in order to overcome the darkness, you have to go into the light. In order to find life, you have to die. In order to find a wide path, you have to go walk the narrow path.
Mm-hmm.
So dialectics is this really counterintuitive thing that, because I see this on Instagram and stuff where people talk about, I want to surround myself with positivity. Right. But usually that's a sign of depression for me, disavowed depression, right? That they're having to affirm, which is a nice thing to do, affirm, and things are good. And I look in the mirror every day and I say, "You're going to do it, Pete. You're beautiful. You can accomplish everything." And, that can make me feel better briefly. But the really sad and difficult thing is the dialectic of actually, I have to face the darkness. I have to face the part of me that I'm trying always to avoid with these affirmations. And then you go into the darkness, the nihilism. And this is what I call the nihilistic heart of conversion. Conversion is this moment of radical death that then allows for a resurrection, a new mode of being.